Should I sell my self-published books on Amazon.com through Amazon KDP or Seller Central? Well, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. And I've got my coffee. So, little heads up, there might be a small rant coming. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm MK Williams. I'm an author and independent publisher. I love sharing my insights about all things books and publishing with you. Before I get into the details of today's topic, don't forget to hit subscribe. You'll be notified when I put out new videos every week about publishing, making a career of being an author, and now being a mompreneur. And this video is specifically for authors who want to self-publish their book. So I am in the process. I have self-published books since 2015. If you are new to this channel and you don't already know that, I am in the process of having a book traditionally published. I signed with an agent. We're hoping to go on submission soon. So I'm letting everybody know which side of the house this is for, and this is for self-publishing. So the main question that I've been starting to get more is, should I sell my self-published book through Amazon Seller Central or through Amazon KDP? And so I first want to address Amazon Seller Central because the majority of self-publishing authors watching probably aren't familiar with it. This is your first clue to not use it for your books. If I'm saying self-publishing authors maybe aren't familiar with it. Okay. So small businesses and even larger businesses want their products on Amazon.com. Okay. Amazon.com is a retailer. Think of it as Walmart for the internet, right? All these brands want their product in Walmart, in the stores, or on Walmart.com. All these brands want their products on Amazon.com. So it's only in the past few years that Amazon has become both a producer, think like Amazon Essentials products, and the retailer for the goods. Okay. So you can buy things there, and also stores can list their products there for sale. That's what Amazon always was from the beginning. So either the business is going to be warehousing their items and handling all the shipping once the order comes in from Amazon, or they're going to pay a warehousing fee to Amazon and Amazon's going to ship it through their massive network, right? Now, the end user, us consumers, we don't really notice a difference, right? Maybe we have to pay shipping if it's coming direct from that small business and they can't afford to offer shipping for free. If we have Prime, we just order and don't think about it because shipping's included. So I kind of want to go back to a bigger example. Think like Fisher-Price brand of toys for kids, right? ATR brand of microphones. This brand is listing their product on Amazon. You can buy it direct from that manufacturer. They can optimize their listings with images, product details, reviews, videos, all the things. So that way, when you get to that page, you can kind of compare different products they might be selling, all of that. Now, small businesses can do this too. They list their products. They have a low inventory alert that's going to come up. It's like, hey, you've sold 100 of these goods. You said you only had 150 in inventory. You're going to need to produce some more, or you're going to have to shut off your listing soon, etc. All through Amazon Seller Central, right? That's super helpful to people selling products to say, hey, I can manage everything here. Now, what is Amazon KDP? It is Kindle Direct Publishing. So this started a decade ago as a way for self-publishers to list their ebook on the Kindle store for the Kindle, Amazon Kindle e-reader device or for the Kindle app. And they've since expanded that you can also self-publish print books on Amazon.com. So you post your book, your ebook, or your print book on Amazon KDP. The book shows up for sale on Amazon.com. It's a one-for-one direct relationship. Now, why would a self-publishing author consider using Amazon Seller Central instead of Amazon KDP? I have no freaking idea. Okay. They probably listen to some podcasts, some like side hustle podcast where people are like, yeah, like I'm selling things, I'm flipping items on Amazon, I'm using Seller Central. It's really great. And then they didn't do any other research and they decided that books are products. So I should list my book on Seller Central. I'm guessing that's where they got it from. Like they just decided to use that one. Like why? Like they think they're a special unicorn. So they feel they should use Seller Central instead of the specific platform that Amazon has made for books. Cool. So the first time I heard of an author doing this, they came to me because they had issues. Now, granted, this was a case where they wanted to have very high quality premium printing on their book. They did not like the print on demand options as far as quality. They wanted gold foil on the cover. You can't do that with print on demand. So they ordered a whole offset run. We're using their garage as a warehouse and they were operating through Seller Central. Now, granted, they had a very massive network they were tapping into. They were selling out quickly. Their biggest problem was that they could not leave their listing on long enough because they kept selling out so quickly and they could not order books fast enough. So this was like, they were actually a magical unicorn. They were fine with that. But once A+ content came out for books, which is something that was already available on Seller Central, they didn't know how to do it. They kept getting a customer service runaround, which I will tell you, if you try to sell your self-published books through Amazon Seller Central, expect a customer service runaround. Because something's not working with the listing, something's not showing up right. You say, hey, Seller Central, this is a listing with my book. I'm having an issue, And they'll say, oh, go to Author Central. You go to Author Central, which is not the central location for all things related to your books. And they say, no, you have to go to KDP. Then you say, well, I don't use KDP. I use Seller Central. And they'll say, I don't know what to do. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. So again, these extremely limited circumstances where a one-person self-publishing operation should even consider Seller Central is you have a board book or another print book that cannot be produced via print-on-demand options, and you have a large demand for the books. Because if you're going to have to do an offset run, you have to order a lot of books to make that investment worth it. And just the headache of having to work with Seller Central instead of Kindle Direct Publishing. Or that you've been doing print on demand, but now need to have larger distribution and savings with the offset run and more advanced options. Those are the two reasons. If you're looking to self-publish an ebook or a print book on Amazon.com, use Amazon KDP, not Seller Central. Unless you are the magical unicorn who has a huge network, unless you have been selling on print and demand at such high volumes that you realize that you are losing a lot of money by not doing an offset run, unless you already have this massive network, you should not be using Seller Central for your self-published books. You should be using KDP, print on demand, for your print book or for your ebook, because that is what Amazon has set up for you. And that is how their customer service is set up to be able to handle any questions or issues that you have, to say, this is KDP. I understand this. Just like any self-publishing author who has their book distributed to Amazon through Ingram Spark, let's say you have an issue with a listing, you're going to get a runaround because Ingram Spark sends the metadata, but they cannot make Amazon do something. And Amazon says, we don't own the metadata. That's from Ingram Spark. So anytime you are going outside the process that Amazon has created for you, it is going to be more difficult. And I would say 99% of all the self-publishing authors I worked with should be using KDP in the examples that they're giving me. Like they have a novel they want to get out, they want a proof of concept, super easy, super simple. Use what Amazon's given you. There are rare cases where somebody has said, no, I really want the higher quality, so I need to do the offset run and I need to handle everything through Seller Central. Learn Seller Central. Go really deep into that to understand all the nuances, because listening to self-publishing channels, you're only going to hear about KDP because that is a service that we use. And so if you want to use Seller Central, you need to become an expert on Seller Central, not on KDP. You can tell like how frustrated I'm talking about. I have seen so many authors make this mistake. They use two different email addresses. They use one for Seller Central and a different email address for Author Central, and therefore they cannot claim their book on Author Central and they cannot link them. Like, don't do it. Like, really long, hard think about if that's the route that you need to go, because I have seen it blow up in people's faces. They're like, I just need to hit the nuclear button and delete everything, delete all my accounts. And I'm like, that seems like a huge waste of your time. And then Amazon still is going to have a record of that book with that ISBN at some point having been on their system. Please really think about it. And my best advice to you is to use Amazon KDP for self-publishing your book to get it to Amazon.com. Okay. All right. What other questions do you have about self-publishing a book on Amazon? Let me know in the comments below. Always happy to help and provide advice to authors so you can avoid making costly or time-consuming mistakes. All right. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, hit subscribe, or even hit that thanks button. That lets YouTube know that you found this information helpful, and then they can get it in front of other authors like us. Then you can get back to writing your book.